Welcome to the award-winning channel south of Germany, where we glorify the Almighty with creativity and positivity. Thank you for coming. I wanted to share the moment with me, and I hope you all are doing fine wherever you're watching from. You must have noticed I'm seated on some kind of wood construct, and welcome once again. Thank you very much. Look, for the past couple of days I've shown you where I'm playing this instrument, and I kept on telling you that you could do it yourself. I kept on saying you can do this, and I meant it, because I once built one myself, trying to make it a project. You can see I only allowed the lower part of it to be the vent. Here the vent is rounded, okay? And I made mention while I was explaining it that in the music of the old Africans and the Jamaican tempo rumba music, there used to be a kind of instrument that was made, and there are metal bars here, and they play bars out of it. I think you can even experience it while I'm doing this now. Okay, but when you have bars, it makes a better sound, just like a finger kalimba. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this today because I want to show you that you can make one yourself. As you can see, this is also the one that I made myself, it was my idea to do it differently, allowing the sound to come from below, okay? So for the next 20 minutes or so, I'm gonna be playing these instruments, the two of which I made myself, and the rest of it, the third is this one, is the one that was industrially made, okay? So, and you can see the difference, okay? They call this cajon, and as you may have noticed, the J there is not J, it's not yard, but it's horn, as with O. That tells you that there is something Spanish about it. But we know the story. For those that knows that my idea was about this instrument came out of the concept of typical Africans making music while doing any type of work they are doing. They make music because they believe that music is the catalyst that allows them to finish a job no matter how tedious it is. And I believe that most of the people being transported during the transatlantic trade were using the boxes that were used in protecting salt water from affecting most of the stuffs being carried around. They use this wooden box to cover it up, and these people who were being transported, they went. I know that you will say, if I call the name, say what you want to say, don't beat around the bush. But yes, during the transatlantic trade, most of the boxes that were used were wooden boxes, and those boxes is how they came to this instrument. So somebody calling it cajon, making it sound a little bit indigenous to a particular area of the marauders, the person is making a mistake, okay? So the marauders came with boxes to cut away certain things, and the people that were helping them not voluntarily, went ahead and used those as what? as instruments, and I'm gonna prove it to you because this is typically a box, okay? I painted it, and this box makes some music. Let's start with the smaller one, okay? I will put this aside so that I can play the smaller one for you. Thank you very much for coming. Remember, that's the channel that glorifies the Almighty with creativity and positivity. Whenever you come around here, you're going to hear some music, you're going to see some sculptures, you're going to see some paintings. You can see what is happening in the background. That's what happens whenever you come to Trap Okolo Ifeanyiku award-winning channel. Thank you very much for coming. Stay with me. Let's hear the music that comes out of these self-made boxes, wooden boxes that some people, after the looting, they called it cajon. So this is what you get out of such a box, you know, that I made myself, and you can do this yourself. That's the actual interest. That's the real interest in trying to make a video of this. As I was planning this video, I was thinking it would be a better thing to just play on a long period of time. But remember, we are talking about edutainment. So whenever you come around here, you're gonna get some insight in the background of the instruments that we're playing. You've heard my djembes, you've heard my shakers, you've heard my congas, and you've heard my balogos, you heard my, my cajon. So I have to talk a little bit about cajon, and that's the reason why I'm here today to render that edutainment for you, educational entertainment. So thank you very much for coming. Let's hear once again the small cajon, the one that I made myself. And I'm going to play the bigger one that I made myself too before I go ahead to what you people have already seen during those lives where over 4,000 people of you came to watch, and I got some good watch hour out of it anyway, in relation to what I've been having recently. So thank you very much. Stick with me. Let's do this, because this is history in the making, okay? Yes, the cajon was out of came out of the necessity to while in a bad situation, make the best out of it. When you find yourself in a bad situation, you make the best out of it. That's how cajon came to be, okay? So these are wooden boxes that were used in by the sellers, and whenever they have the time, they are working, they are trying to help out, they beat on this cajon. That's the thing. Everything is an instrument. You can make instrument. That's why you find plays everything out of most instruments today. So let's play it there. Thank you very much. So you must have heard this before, and I played it second time. So I'm gonna go to the bigger one. Let's hear what it does. And I think I have to change it, the position now, so that I continue staying in the middle, so that you people can hear what I'm doing. Thank you very much. We are presenting cajon today. As time goes on, as I've already said in some of my commentary, I will continue presenting to you guys different instruments that are very elementary, different instruments that are very basic, which can as well allow you to produce some dynamic sounds, okay? As you must have noticed, the sound here is different, okay? I make two sounds here, and I make see that? So when you have these four sounds, you're good to go. You can produce a lot of stuff, a lot of good percussive music. So I'm gonna go to the bigger one before we go to the industrial one. Just keep in mind, how the sounds are, and you see the difference. If I had put more effort on the big one, I could have made a better sound out of it. But the thing is that better is not actually the word, but I could have made a similar sound to the industrially produced one. But I like the sound afterwards. I like the sounds afterwards, okay? And there's no competition between the one you build as hand, everyone produces his or her own sound. I mean, its own sound regarding the cajon that we're talking about. So I'm gonna move it so that I still stay in the middle of the camera so that you can see what is happening. So I'm a little bit higher, but I will turn my head down here. So let's go. One of the rhythm that I was playing in those live is this. Something else. That's what happens when you got good feeling about the sound you're producing. It gives you the possibility to continue advancing forward, progression. That's what you can do with this. This is what I build this myself. I build the first one myself, and you can do it yourself. This is it. This channel is there to motivate you to do certain things yourself. It doesn't take too much to be happy. You can use your old woods, bring them together, the light and the hardwood, bring them together. I'm talking about the thickness. That's what makes this sound. The different thickness of these woods were what make this sound, okay? Yeah, this is a Swedish, we call it Swedish bird. This is a Swedish bird. So, okay, this is a Swedish bird. And this is a sandwiched plank, plywood. So I brought them together, and that's why you're hearing this wonderful song. So that's a wonderful sound.